What's going on, guys? Let me know if there's any problems hearing me. But what's going on, man? Uh, just made a video on this. This is Microsoft here. I'm gonna try to get it in frame for you. But yeah. So Michael Burry bought undisclosed amount again at the 350 level. For the options about 700 strike, which is like all the way up here. So it's definitely a pretty good level for Microsoft down here. And the entire software industry, again, is at a really, really low level. So it's certainly interesting to see, each time it comes down to this 350 level, always ends up popping back off again. So Friday was a pretty good day, though. We saw a lot of pretty good names being able to rebound at least. But the one thing I think is the most interesting is that I don't think you guys can see this, so I'll try my best to do this for you. Put this over here. Let's see if this works. So, if you guys can see this. But we have extreme fear at 25, okay? And then we have market sentiment at 51, okay? So, anytime we're in extreme fear, this is one of the most perfect gauges we ever have of markets coming back. The markets swing back up during extreme fear, especially when market sentiment is above 50% bullish. So that's kind of where we're at right now. The top flows from last week, Micron, AMD, MSTR. I have a feeling MSTR also with Bitcoin. Bitcoin's going to come back at some point, but I don't know if MSTR is going to come back. This stock is, oh my God, it went down 26% last week. Bitcoin only went down like 6% last week. And so for MSTR to go down 26% is a little insane, you know? But now, over the weekend, on Thursday, Friday, and over the weekend, we started to see more lawsuits with MSTR. And Michael Saylor also has another company called, I think it's called Stretch or something, STRC? Yeah, Strategy. Look at this thing. He promised retirees that it'd be pegged to 100. And then they would get 11.5%. I might have two mics on. Hold on. All right. Hold on. All right, I don't know. We'll just get through this and then I'll test it out another time. As long as people can hear me. But yeah, so far this thing has gone down like 30% in a month. And so he's going to get a lot of lawsuits now. MSTR, I think, is going to be done. Another one to look at is ServiceNow. I think now, no pun intended, is the best of these levels right here. 98 is a pretty good level for it. Anything between 83 and 98 is going to be pretty good. So, one thing to take a look at, though, just going back to TraderDaddy.pro, and I'll try to put this in your screen so you guys can hear me, is if you go over to research, ticker search, and you go to something like Microsoft or ServiceNow or anything, you can look it up. And then what you're going to end up seeing is these levels down here. These are called GEX levels, and I'll try to put this in your guys' frame. So it looks like, it looks like this. I'll try not to, hopefully you guys can see that. So these levels right here, this is what the other side has. So these are the levels that the market makers and the dealers have. These are called GEX levels or apex levels. The purple level is the most important. The gamma flip level is this flip line here. But this is mathematically, at least we know how much relative interest the other side has. And what ends up happening is, like a magnet, they start to attract these prices. And it's interesting to see that 380, 390, and 400 are the next levels for Microsoft, and they all have a really high score. And so even when you go down, the highest bars right here, they're going to attract to these bars as it goes up. So, it's always easy on a, to see what the next level is going to flow to. Because you ever just see a level hit and it just goes directly to the next level right after that? That's what that is. Just skips over certain levels and just goes straight to the next ones because the GEX level is so strong, like a magnet, it just goes straight to it and then stops. So at least we know where price is going to go, and I would expect that's a good thing to know. SoFi is going to be an interesting one too to look at on this type of chart, because if you look at SoFi, it just looks like it's chopping around, right? But really, what's more interesting is if you start to look ahead of time, like July 17th, or July 24th. And when you look at July 24th, July 31st, anything after July 17th, look at this. The purple line, which is the most important line in GEX lines, is at 19. This one's at 20 at July 21st. So the largest amount of interest for SoFi is after July 10th at least. So that tells me that we're going to be going sideways with SoFi for the next 2 or 3 weeks, and then we'll start to break out and get, SoFi attracted more towards this 2021 level. So it's always good to know how long these stocks are going to go sideways for and how long it's going to take for them to break out. Because, I don't know, I would assume that it would be a good thing to know, how long it would take for price to get to your level that you think it's going to get to. So at least for SoFi, we definitely know that. If you guys want me to look up any other stocks to check those, for breakout levels and then the levels that we can get to, I'll definitely check them. So am I frozen here? I think I'm frozen. That sucks. You guys can't see me anymore. I guess you guys can hear me, but you can't see the video anymore. Hold on, let me try again.